So we find that Lord Krishna is further enumerating the other spiritual virtues which have to be looked into and observed. So he says, Asaktir anabhishvangaha putra dara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishta anishta upapattishu. Asakti, being unattached or non-attached to everything. Anabhishvangaha is not to be identified with all your possessions, whatever they are. And what are these? He mentions Putra Dara Grihadishu. With respect, being non-identified with the feeling of mindness. With respect to the Putra, son, Dara, wife, Grihadi, house, Adi means etc. Nityam cha samachittatvam ishta anishta upapattishu. Nityam cha, always, maintaining an evenness of mind, samachittatvam, ishta anishta upapattishu. That is to say, in the presence or in the obtaining of desirable and undesirable things in life, to maintain an evenness of mind always. Samachittatvam is evenness of the mind, nityam, always. With respect to what? Ishta, anishta. Ishta is desirable things, anishta is undesirable things. So with respect to both two, when they come in your way, to maintain a balanced state of mind. So asakti is the absence of total feeling of I-ness. So asakti is I-ness. Abhishvanga is mindness, absence of mindness. So asakti here is the absence of I-ness, and anabhisvanga is the absence of mindness. Now, people are so much attached to and identified with many things in the world, they become one with it. That is why when a person dresses well in all elegant form, the person spontaneously and unconsciously asks, how do I look? And if you tell the person, your dress looks fine, the person is disappointed. But if you tell him that, oh, you look fine, then they are happy to hear that news, because they are so much identified with the dress that they wear. So also with so many things too. They are so much identified with their property, and the men so with their cars. They are so tender with their cars. The man feels if a dent takes place in the car, the man feels he has got a dent. A dent means a little bit of bruise or some structure in the mind gone wrong. The man feels it very badly because he is so identified with his car. So this is called sakti. And the absence of this is called asakti. And asakti is the reverse of this, wherein you are totally identified with it. You are asakti. So when you have a strong asakti, it's very difficult to come out of it. So one can have an asakti for many things.
स्वामी आसक्ति में असक्ति में उसमें
फर्क है. एक तो शक्ति है. The absence of sakti is asakti, and asakti is still more, is once again sakti hai. Sakti and asakti mean the same thing. So asakti hi.
That is more intense actually.
Asakti is, sakti or asakti is very, very intense. Intense form of feeling of identification or oneness. So one should become free of this. This is the I-ness. You're identified with it so much. So much. Then anabhishvanga. So anabhishvanga is the feeling that these are mine. These are mine. So I and mine is a cause of human bondage. This is my property, my wealth, my children, my wife, my house, and my wealth, my field, Kshetra, my field. So all this is said to be as a abhishvanga. Anabhishvanga means free of this. So the I-ness and minus for various things in the world have gone away. And it even extends to the feeling of my ashram. People have developed so much of attachment for their own ashrams. Ashram is just a place to stay or live. You vacate and get out. So what? Who cares who comes and takes care of it after that? But the attachment to that ashram is so much that he's reluctant to die without entrusting it to somebody. So that is also asakti. Asakti for property. So putra dara grihadishu. So these two he has to overcome. Then nityam cha samachittatvam. And he has to maintain always an equal state of mind, an equipoised state of mind. Where, during what moments? When he obtains something desirable and pleasant, he should not get elated and happy. Then he loses this evenness and balance of mind. And also when he obtains something very unpleasant, also he should not lose his frame of mind. So therefore, samachittatvam, evenness of mind, is a virtue which has to be practiced and maintained. So that is why in the Bhagavad Gita, the definition for yoga is samatvam yoga uchyate. Samatvam means the state of mental evenness or mental equipoise, or the state of mental equilibrium is a state of yoga. And it is a very profound state. Because it is at that state, it is a state of yoga, because when you are in that state, you are naturally in tune with the Atman within you. That is the whole. That is why it is a yoga. So whenever you maintain this samachitta, evenness of mind, you are automatically in tune with your Atman, with your divine nature. During all moments, when you are in all forms of experiences, in all forms of events in life which come your way, so either in the form of perceptions or in the form of experiences, whatever they are, pleasant or unpleasant, you maintain this equipoise or mental balance, or mental equipoise. So that is an important virtue which has to be cultivated, because there is a tendency to lose it all the time. Because the world is such, it is capable of making you lose your balance. Something outside or somebody outside can make you lose your balance. So that itself is a good experience, it's a testing ground, whether you are able to maintain your balance or lose your balance. So the outside world is actually a training ground for many of these virtues to be cultivated. So it's not a horrible place, but it is you may consider it the open university, wherein the training for the Atman experience is taking place. That is what it really is. And the Vice Chancellor is seated there. You see? Ishvara is the Vice Chancellor of this open university, wherein you are having all forms of experiences. And all the students, all the people around you are the various forms of students. Some are good students, some are bad students, some refuse to be students. So this is the world around you. So everybody in the world is assisting you in your progress towards the Atman. This is how it has to be looked upon. Now the point is this. Why is it that the mind should be kept in this particular evenness of state of mind? Because it is this mind which is the cause of everything. The cause of your problem, the cause of your human existence is the mind. When the mind gets activated, all these begin to dance. The whole world begins to dance in your mind. And the dancing of the world is taking place there. Like the dancing of the atoms.
This is the stage actually.
Yes.
Where everything will be performed.
This is the stage. This is the stage of life, and every person is an actor in this stage of life. And the stage is the mind. The stage is the mind in which all these things are taking place, the performance is taking place. So therefore, as such, due to this mind, all this has become. If the mind is, the world is. If the mind is not, the world is not. So it's all in the mind. So therefore the mind is the biggest devata. Bhayankara devata, Bhishma devata. Is the Bhishma devata, Bhayankara devata. It's the mind. Now why is it that one should asaktir anabhisvanga putra dara grihadishu? Of course this is only meant for grihasthis. Putra dara grihadishu is meant for householders. But what about the sannyasi? Even for the sannyasi, even though he may not have a wife, children and a family, nevertheless, on account of the purva janma vasana, the vasana of all the purva janma is lying latent there, waiting for an opportunity to come out. So unless he is careful, all those vasanas will begin to manifest and operate. They will get activated. So therefore they have to be always kept in check. Because the purva vasana is there. Is lying dormant. Is lying dormant. So therefore one has to maintain this state all the time and become free. One leads to the other. You know the story of the Kaupina Vandana. The Kaupin, the Sanya, the Brahmachari and his Kaupin. So the Brahmachari had only one Kaupin, which he used to wash and wear every day. So what happened was, since he was living in a little shack, a little mice comes and cuts it. So he was told, he was to go to the village to get a fresh cloth all the time, because his kaupin gets torn all the time. So the villager said, this won't do. If the mice is there, so you bring a cat. You bring a cat. So, alright, so when the cat was brought, now the brahmachari will go to the village to get milk for the cat. He not only has to go for a bhiksha, he also has to get his milk as well. Then the villager said, this won't do. You need, instead of coming to us for milk, you keep a cow. So the cow will serve the purpose of giving the milk for the cat as well as for you. Now the brahmachari did not know how to, so he was going for the grass. To look after the cow, he needed the grass. So the villager said, this won't do, you can't come here every day for the grass. We will send you a girl who will take care of this grass business. Who will take care of this grass? So the girl came and stayed with the brahmachari. And then as years went on, naturally things will begin to happen. Then one day, the guru came along that way and searching for his brahmachari. And he saw an old guy seated there with children. So he asked him, there was a young brahmachari here. Where is he? What has happened? So the brahmachari recognized the guru and said, but he was the person. And all this is due to this rat. All this is due to the rat. So therefore one has to be very, very careful. Very, very.
Chain of events.
The chain of events.
Bring him back into the world.
Yes. So here also is the same thing. One leading to the other.
Samchitru.
Yes. So
Other things may not be necessary.
No. All the things are all are.
For sannyasi.
Even for a sannyasi, he has to maintain vigilance. Sannyasi has to maintain vigilance
Yes.
all the time. But at the same time, samachittatvam is also necessary.
It's necessary for him actually.
For
this
everybody.
This is common for all.
This is for everybody.
Yes.
This is for everybody. Now, even for a sannyasi, asakti is necessary. Not to be attached to anything. Because you can be attached to the mata, to the ashram, you can be attached to. So, therefore, he has to be detached from the ashram too. Then he says, the next verse number 10, Maicha ananya yogena bhakti avyabhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam arati jana samsati. Mai cha ananya yogena bhakti avyabhicharini. So ananya yogena bhakti. So that is, bhakti means devotion or loving adoration. Loving adoration. And what type of bhakti? Ananya yogena bhakti. The loving adoration of oneness, not of I and you, but I am you and you are me. I am you and you are me. We are none different from each other. So God and I are one. Are one. So this feeling of oneness is necessary. This feeling of, this is called bhakti. Ananya bhakti. Anya is different. Ananya means none different. Feeling of oneness. The feeling of oneness. So in me. So Ananya yogena bhakti, in me. So whenever Krishna uses the word in me, he does not refer to himself as Mr. Krishna, but to the Atman within Krishna. The Paramatman within Krishna is the same Paramatman which is within you too. That is what he is implying always. So whenever he uses the word me or mama or my, that's how we should take it.
Shuddha Chaitanya Brahman.
Yes, the Shuddha Chaitanya Brahman, which is there within Krishna, is the same which is there within you too. And in this avyabhicharini bhakti. So without avyabhicharini means without also thinking of anything else. Without thinking of anything else. It's like a person loves something. So all his mind is focused there. He doesn't think of anything else. He doesn't think of anything else. So here also, when you have a extreme affection and love for God, your whole mind is on Brahman, on God, and he doesn't think of anything else. So this is called avyabhicharini bhakti. So, and this is the only bhakti, and this is a true bhakti. This is the true bhakti. Feeling of I and mine. I, the feeling of I and God, I and God are one. Then vivikta desha sevitvam. Vivikta desha sevitvam. Vivikta means in which there is desha. Vivikta desha means in which there is nothing there. There is nothing. Vivikta desha sevitvam. A desha, a place free of everything. Free of everything. So here Vivikta desha sevitvam has got two meanings. One is the outside meaning, wherein it is a place free of interference by other beings, other human beings and other animals. You are free of that interference. That is Vivikta desha sevitvam. This person takes a delight in such a place. The other meaning is from inside. So within yourself itself, there is a mental space wherein there is nothing. Shunya. There is only shunya. There is nothing there. There is nothing there. Shunya. So that is the vivikta desha sevit. Within you, when you close your eyes and when you have no thoughts, no images, no feelings of any order, then at that time there is nothing there. And your mind has become free of its contents. Free of its contents. These are the contents of the mind. The contents of the mind are your thoughts, your perceptions, mental visions and mental perceptions, and your feelings. None of that is there. When all of them are not there, then your mind has got into a vivikta desha. Sevitvam. And you are now maintaining your awareness there. That is the sevit. वही स्थिति है, वही स्थिति है,
वही विविक्त देश है,
वही विविक्त देश में, और विविक्त देश में वही स्थिति अपने आप हो रहा है, और वृत्ति अपने आप हो रहा है. So here, vivikta wherein there is nothing. You may call it the desert-like state of the mind. Desert-like state of the mind, wherein there is nothing. In a desert, there is nothing. So here also make your mind as if it is in a desert-like state, with no contents of any order.
Loneliness of both external and internal type.
Yes. So really speaking, people have two types of families. One is a family outside, which everyone knows. The other is a family inside. You see, all the thoughts and feelings and images that you are entertaining is your own internal family, with whom you are living. So each person is living with this family of his.
Closely rather than the
outside family.
Yes.
He is very much involved and identified with this. So you have got to become free of this. So that is called Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. Arati Jana Samsati. So Arati means he does not take delight in gatherings where people congregate and gather about. So this person does not take any interest in being in a crowd. Arati Jana Samsati. So therefore this Vivikta Desha Sevitvam is a very important practice which has to be practiced, which will lead you to the Brahman state. And gradually one has to get involved in this state, go more and more into this particular state. Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. Then in the next verse he says, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam Tattvat Jnanartha Darshanam Edat Jnanamidi Proktam Ajnanam Yat Ato Anyatha. Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. He is always Nityatvam, he is always constantly established where? In Adhyatma Jnana. Adhyatma Jnana. That means Adhyatma Jnana is Atmanishta. He is always in a state of, in this Atmanishta state. So Adhyatma Jnana is wherein he is. He feels that he is the Atman. And he is trying to establish his chitta or his mind in the Atman. So Atmanishta, he is trying to maintain Atmanishta, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatva. Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. So Tattva Jnana. So what is this? It has two meanings here. What is this Tattva Jnana? The Tattva Jnana is, I am Brahman. This is the Tattva Jnana. Artha. So Tattva Jnana Artha. So what is the final Artha or the final end of this Tattva Jnana? It is Brahman. Tattva Jnana Artha. So this Tattva Jnana's Artha or the final phala, end result, is Brahman. Is Brahman. So Tattva Jnana Artha Darshana. Seeing is a process of seeing Brahman. Process of seeing Brahman. You are not yet experienced Brahman, but you are trying to see Brahman. So therefore these two words, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam and Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam, they go together. The two words. So there in the first word, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. So the first stage is taking place, wherein your mind is being established in the Atman. And then, having got the mind established in the Atman, Tattva Jnana Artha Darshana. You are seeing. So two operations are there. So one is you are established there without any disturbance. Without any disturbance of any other vrittis. You are established there. Then the seeing is also taking place. This is very important. So therefore this seeing process is called as Samyak Avekshanam. Intently seeing. It is not just simply remaining quiet. In Brahma Vidya, it is just not only simply remaining quiet, But at the same time, there's an intense seeing also, seeing. The seeing, the activity of seeing is taking, seeing, S-E-E-I-N-G, seeing is taking place, is actively taking place. The process of seeing. And in the process of seeing, there's nothing to see. There's nothing to see, but the seeing is taking place. Seeing is taking place.
Darshan means...
Wait, don't take it literally. Don't take it literally. Darshanam, seeing is taking place. It is like when you enter a dark cave. You can't see anything inside a dark cave. But isn't seeing taking place? Seeing is taking place. Though you see nothing, seeing is taking place. And if you enter a tunnel and go some distance, then you are totally focused, isn't it? You can't see anything. You can't feel anything. But you are totally focused on yourself. Totally focused there. And you are totally seeing in a very focused manner. As you keep on seeing in this way, this is what is understood as the light at the end of the tunnel. Have you heard that expression? This is what it is. The light at the end of the tunnel. In the tunnel, inside the tunnel, you see nothing. There is nothing and you see nothing. But as you keep on
focusing on yourself,
in that, there's total darkness around. Then the light of Brahman will appear there. The light at the end of the tunnel means the light of Brahman. The prakasha of Brahman will begin to manifest. That's what it means. That is what is understood as samyak jnanam, samyak avekshanam. This is a definition in Vedanta. Jnanam, samyak avekshanam. So this process is transpiring. So therefore, these two words go together. They are joined together. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnana artha darshanam. Intently seeing. Being established in the Atman, you are also at the same time simultaneously intensely seeing with all your focused attention. And we use the word guha, cave. Haven't you heard of the other word, hridaya guha? Huh? Oi hridaya guha hai. Yeah, hridaya guha. Hridaya guha. So in this hridaya guha, there is nothing there. Usi mein Paramatma hai. In there only you will get the Atma Darshan in the hridaya guha. So you have to enter the hridaya guha. And as you enter the hridaya guha, the cave of your heart, and at that time there is nothing there.